shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My dad haven't seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real with self. My dad haven't seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help.
Money, money, money. That's all you got is money.
Being wealthy.
I know you
Like Kanye West says, having money is not everything. Not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says God gives us the ability to create wealth. Yo, it's the love of money that's wrong. You know why money so much? Why you get up and go to work? Yeah, it's not to do with all the things that you think you got to say. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. H Cortez.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing, guys, to come to you each and every morning and talk to you about what it is that I know, the things that I'm doing to have success in my business and my success in my attempts to build wealth, have success in my attempts to brand and market myself, to build my legacy. So I love coming to you guys each and every morning. But as I tell you all the time, guys, you guys just get to witness me lecture to myself out loud, because I don't want you to think that I'm talking at you, talking down on you, or any of that. I'm talking to me about what I need to be doing. You just happen to witness, right? So I'm H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class, guys. If you don't know, I bring practical, proven wealth building strategies to hard working men and women to give you a leg up, give you some an ability to take your life to another level. That's what this thing is all about for me. Today, it's all about exploding your brand, right? How do you take your brand to the next level in 2017, right? We've been working, we've been grinding all year long, but now we're at the bottom of the year, and it's like, okay, 2017's got to be bigger, badder, and bolder. How do I do that? And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. So I hope you guys don't mind my tardiness. I literally overslept. Today is the first day that my children are out of school for Christmas break. So when they are not up, that usually is what gets me up and moving about, because I don't set an alarm. But, when the house gets to moving, then I kind of get to moving. But they didn't get to moving this morning, man. Those jokers are sound asleep back there. So, but let's go ahead and get the show started today, guys. Just in case you stumbled up on this show on accident, let me tell you exactly who this show is for. This show is for risers and grinders only. If you're ready to get up, get out, and get something, this show, my friend, is for you. If you are the type of person that understands the power and building generational wealth, this is your show. If you're like me, you went to bed last night and you're thinking to yourself, what can I do tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years to make sure that my children's children's children are going to be proud to bear my name? This is your show. If you're the type of person that said, you know what, I got it in me to do great things, but maybe you need a mentor, maybe you need a coach, maybe you need some strategies, some tips, a game plan. Maybe you need to redraw your circle of influence. Maybe you need to get with a group of people who are going to help push you, pull you, prod you, motivate you, uplift you, hold you accountable to being great. Then this is your show, my friend. On the other hand, who is the show not for? This show is not for the pessimists, right? This show is not for those who are jumping for joy that Donald Trump has become president because they're saying he's a businessman. America is a business. Maybe he can fix the economy instead of focusing on your economy. This show ain't for you, right? If you're the type of person who have a problem with the word wealth, success, money, power, and you don't like the fact that I just mentioned the word money 12 times in the last 10 seconds, this show ain't for you. It's not for you, man. If you are the type of person who's got that weird relationship with money, where you think money is evil, capitalism is a dirty word, wealthy people are jerks. Understand something. If you have that kind of relationship with money, you will never build wealth. Because when you have that relationship with money, you tend to repel money away from you instead of attracting money to you, right? And the people who listen to this show attract money, success, prosperity, power to them because of their daily action steps. So if that's you, you can exit stage left, and that's cool, and we won't be mad at you, right? But let's be clear. I don't have a problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I only have a problem with you when you have a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. And like I tell you each and every morning, if you've never seen a future billionaire before, then I want you to take a screenshot because you're looking at one right now. And I want you to hold me to it and watch me work. And you can watch me work from the sidelines. You can cheer for me. You can cheer against me. Makes me know never mind. But what I advise you to do is get in the game with me. It's not a single billionaire on this planet that has gotten to that level without helping hundreds and thousands of people become wealthy along the way. So that's my advice to you if you're going to stick around. So today's show is brought to you by Best Services Unlimited LLC. My girl Yvette D. Best is one of the best in the game at helping you to maximize your tax refund. In fact, she has a book right now out on Amazon, ready for Kindle download immediately. If you go to Amazon.com and search for the book title, Maximizing Your Tax Refund, 35 Surefire Ways to Get More from Your Tax Return. $8.99. You can't beat that. Go to bsullc.us. Again, that's bsullc.us. And you can give her a call at 770-829-0082. Again, that's Best Services LLC. They do not only tax prep, but business consulting as well. So if you got business needs, you got questions on how to get your business to another level, you can call them for that. If you're new to having businesses and things of that nature, and you're trying to figure out how to do your business tax return and incorporate that with your personal tax return and all that, call my girl Yvette D. Best. Tell her the Financial Health Mentor said give her a call. Again, Best Services Unlimited LLC. The book is Maximizing Your Tax Refund, 35 Surefire Ways to Get More from Your Return. And I like what she does with the return, because a lot of times she's dealing with single moms moms that come from domestic violence situations and that kind of stuff. And when she does that tax return, some of these moms got 4 and 5 kids. She's getting them $8,000, $10,000, $12,000 back every year, but she's educating them on, hey, don't go out here and blow this money. Here's what you could be doing with this money to lay a solid foundation for you to start building a real legacy for your family. I know you're a single mom. I know you don't have a man in your life or whatever, but you're getting an opportunity each and every year while you qualify for earned income credits. Take this money and lay a solid foundation for your kids. Take this money and let it start growing for your kids' college education and all of that kind of stuff. So those are the type of people that I like to associate myself with. Those are the type of businesses that I don't mind promoting on my show. So people who have a heart for and are trying their best to do whatever they can in their lane, in their sphere of influence, to raise the collective IQ and to empower our community financially. So that's what it's all about for me. Again, that's Best Services Unlimited LLC, bsullc.us. So today it's all about exploding your brand. How many of you guys think I just exploded Best Services Unlimited brand just now? Right? I just helped her to explode her brand, right? Because she invested in my All Amateur Sports Network and she bought a sponsorship package. So that's one of the ways that I help people explode their brand. I have a company that can, for a little bit of money, help you get your brand in front of tens of thousands of people, because I cater to small business owners. See, my network isn't ESPN yet, right? It's not yet, but for a little bit of money, I can help you explode your brand, get the message out, and turn people on to you. Now, there's a couple people watching the stream live, and before it's all said and done, these shows normally get to about 500 visits on the first day, and then they get residual visits throughout the day. But then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the audio from this show, and then I'm going to turn it into a podcast, and then it's going to get uploaded to Stitcher and Blog Talk Radio, and that's going to explode her brand again when people start downloading this episode from Stitcher, right? This is going to YouTube. It's going to be on YouTube forever, right? So people are going to see and hear about me talking positively about her brand. See, so she just paid a few dollars to explode her brand. Right. So let's talk about a few ways that you can explode your brand. That's number one. If you got a small marketing budget, then start looking at people who put out content daily and say, you know what would it cost me to have you mention my brand in some of the content that you're putting out, whether that person blogs, whether they video blog like I do, whether they have big Twitter followings, big Facebook followings, big Periscope followings. You can simply say, hey, what does it cost? What does it look like? You talk to X amount of people every day. How can I get you to mention my brand in what you're doing? And how much would that cost for me? And what kind of deal can we work out? Right? We're talking about exploding your brand in 2017. Now, some of you guys don't even have a brand, but you have a business. If you have a business and you don't have a brand, then I would venture to say that you don't have a business, my friend. Because let's break this down. Your brand is your message. Your brand is your message. Or in other words, your brand is who you are and what you're about in business. Your brand is who you are and what you're about in business. If you're meaning to tell me that you're in business and nobody knows who you are and what you're about, then you don't have a business, or you won't have a business for long, right? I can promise you that. So your brand, let me just make sure I've got this thing on mute. Okay, yeah, so your brand is your message, who you are and what you're about. And everybody you know, everybody that knows you need to know that's what you do. That's who you are. That's what you're about. Everybody. Because that's how, another way that you explode your brand. See, when it comes to networking, a lot of people have it confused. I network and I know a lot of people is what a lot of people say. I network and I don't know that many people. But you know what? A lot of people know me. And on top of that, a lot of people know what I want them to know about me. They know I'm a financial educator. They know I'm an author. They know I'm a speaker. So what is it that, who knows you and what do they know about you? Because that helps you explode your brand. Because every time someone that knows me hears about a panel discussion coming to our community about building wealth, economic empowerment, branding, and marketing, and they say, hey, I got a guy, I know a guy who'd be excellent for this panel. And they recommend me. Why do they recommend me? Because they know me and they know what I want them to know about me. So if you're going to explode your brand, you need to first build your brand. Who are you, and what is it that you do, and how do you do it? What do you stand for? What do you represent? What is your business all about? See, I'm a financial educator, but everybody knows that what I'm all about is community development and economic empowerment. So yes, what I am about is important. So they know what I do, but they also know why I do it. Do your people who know about your business, your brand, do they know what you do, and do they know why you do it? I just told you guys the reason that I love pumping up Yvette's business, because I like why she does it. I know a lot of people who prepare taxes. I know a lot of business consultants, but I love why she does it, how she does it. And guess what? I wouldn't have known that if she didn't reach out to me and say, hey, let's have a conversation. You mind if I do taxes and maybe I can be on your show? She's exploding her brand because she's exploring different opportunities to get her brand in front of people. When was the last time you saw somebody doing something nice and you reached out to them and said, hey, how can I help you be better at what you're doing? Here's what I do. So that's how I get in the door. Hey, man, I like what you're doing. How can I help you do that a little bit better? And by the way, here's what I do. Here's what I'm good at. And that's how you start building relationships. That's how you start making sure that people not only know you, but they know what you want them to know about you. I want everybody to know that I'm a financial education and a wealth strategist. I want everybody to know that I'm a branding and marketing coach. I want everybody to know why I do that is so that we can provide economic empowerment to our community so that we can then become community developers. So I want everybody to know what I do, and I want everybody to know why I do it, because that is important. The why is important. When people align with your why, other people who are doing similar things and have other businesses are saying, you know what? I know a guy who, yes, I can recommend some business to him because he's not looking to go drive 10 Bentleys. He's not looking to give all his money to Ralph Lauren, to Phil Knight, to Michael Kors, to Bentley, to Mercedes and all these people. He's looking to build wealth so that he can help us develop our community. We're about community development, but our business is this. He's about community development, but his business is that. So we can collaborate together and start doing some things. And I don't mind collaborating with somebody who has the same mission as I do. Right? So those are the type of people that I look for. So who knows you and what do they know about you? That's important if you're going to explode your brand. Explore different ways to get your brand in front of your target audience. Right. So when me and Yvette start working together, she knows what my target audience is because she tunes into the show all the time. So she says, you know what? And one of my marketing packages for All Amateur Sports Network, it includes sponsorship for this show. She said, okay, I'm going to spend a few dollars with him. He's going to brand me in the coverage of the basketball tournament, but also he's going to brand me on the Talking Money in the Morning live show. Well, the Talking Money in the Morning live show is a show that really fits what I do. So I'm going to pick that package, which includes that. So now she's getting branded on here as well as everything else I do. So look for creative ways to get your brand in front of your target audience. She knows by watching and tuning into the show that, yes, my audience is part of her target audience because I'm talking about business, wealth, how to have your own business, how to use the tax code to build wealth, and she's a tax preparer. She has a book on maximizing your refund. I talk all the time about how to use the tax code to build wealth. So she figured out, okay, this is a good alignment for me, and this is a small, low-cost way I can get my brand in front of tens of thousands. So look for things like that. The number 2 thing is, guys, if you're not constantly putting out content, you're falling behind in the game. Guys, I not only do a daily show, I blog every day. I take the daily show, I turn them into podcasts, and they're syndicated every day. I take this show and stream to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So I'm hitting 2 platforms at the same time. And then throughout the day, I'm putting up other little videos. I might go live with my midday motivation. I might go live with the retirement report. Guys, content. You guys, this stuff is being done to us 24 hours, 7 days a week. This stuff is being done to us. Every time you turn on the TV, turn on the radio, there's a commercial. There's somebody shoving their brand in your face. But you, on the other hand, says, I'm going to put out one piece of content and I want to put it on Facebook one time, and then I'm going to get some results from that. But then you turn on your radio and you hear the same commercial 30,000 times. And you're not realizing, as a business owner, as somebody who has a brand, if the people you're marketing to are not tired of seeing and hearing your face, you're not putting out enough content. You're not making enough noise in the marketplace. Now, some of you guys aren't tired of me yet. What that simply means is I'm not putting out enough content. Right? Yvette says, yes, thank you for that. No, thank you, Yvette, for investing in me. I really, really appreciate that. Right? I really appreciate that. Some of you guys aren't putting out enough content. Some of you guys just aren't. You're not making enough noise. Do you guys realize the type of world that we live in? Do you realize what and who you are competing with? I'm competing for the hearts and minds of my people. But I know there are machines out there that are way more efficient, have way bigger budgets, and way more sophisticated at also competing for those same minds, i.e. the Kardashians, i.e. the Love and Hip Hop series, i.e. Basketball Wives, i.e. Scandal and Empire and all of these things, your kids sporting events, your kids activities. I know I'm in competition with all of that so that I can just figure out how to take up a little bit of piece of residency in your mind in order to get you to start thinking about building wealth for you and your family. I've got to compete with all of that. In order for me to compete, I got to be slamming you with content daily, all the time. So I syndicate my content all the time. You see me constantly sharing my own videos, sharing uplifting things. I'm constantly staying in your face. Why? Because Love and Hip Hop is staying in your face. Empire commercials are staying in your face. The Kardashians are staying in your face. So in order for me to take up residence inside your mind, I have to always be staying in your face too. In order for you to explode your brand, you have to put out a ton of content consistently, and you have to constantly be promoting that content, constantly pushing it out there. I've got over close to 1,000 videos or something now between all of my YouTube channels and Facebook pages. And as I'm constantly putting out new content, I'll go back to some of the older content and share that stuff too and regurgitate that. Just keep putting stuff out there. And the reason that I like to share my old stuff is because when you see my old stuff and you see my new stuff, you also see my evolution. You also see my evolution. But you can say, hey, the brother was saying some stuff back then, but now he's a little bit more polished. And you can see my evolution. And you say, oh, man, this video was done in 2015. Really? It's 2017. Brother was teaching that stuff way back then. I had no idea. And then you see my consistency. And then you start to realize that, yeah, my man really got a passion for the people. He's been doing this for 2 years straight. Yeah. Yeah. Right. How do you explode your brand? Look at this brand right here. What does this say? It says Young Biz Kids, Leaders of Tomorrow. Right. My girl Ariel Bivens Biggs has her own nonprofit organization where we teach entrepreneurship to children. You know what she said? She said, this dude right here seems to know a little bit about some of everything, and I can help use him to get my brand out if he's willing to help me. So she asked me to sit on the board of their nonprofit organization. And by her asking me that, then she gets access to my branding and marketing, coaching and stuff to help build the brand of the nonprofit organization. Who are you willing to collaborate with? In order to get exposure, she said, man, you mind sitting on the board? I can use somebody like you to help me brand and market and get the message out. Now I'm wearing her t-shirt on a show that's going to get at least 500 views today. Branding, she's building a brand. My sister, DC Photography. I said, sis, in order to get this thing popping with the All Amateur Sports Network, I'm going to need a large step and repeat so that when I do my halftime shows, my pregame shows and stuff, can your business invest in it? She said, you know what? I got you, bro. So now her logo gets shown in all of my videos that I record. Her logo is going to be shown, and I'm going to be broadcasting 30 games, 30 basketball games in front of this step and repeat. and her video, her logo is going to be exposed in all of that. Who are you willing to collaborate with who's doing big things, who are on their way up, so that you can go on their way up? See, here's what happens. When you see people on their way up, you can lock arms with them and it won't cost you anything. And as they rise, because you believed in them early on, see, Miss Yvette gets a 25% discount on a lifetime discount on all marketing going forward, because she invested in me when the business was at the ground level. Right? Some of my business partners and things of that nature that I know who have businesses, I've asked them to invest in me, and they said they will, but they haven't. And if they don't, it's cool. We're still friends. But what I'm saying is, because she took a chance while I'm on my way up, now we're going to go up together. And when the network explodes, she gets a lifetime 25% discount forever. So whenever she wants to come back and we do the Martin Luther King tournament, and she says, you know what? I got a lot of business from what you did the first time, then yes, I'll invest even more in the Martin Luther King tournament. And guess what? I'm going to say, yeah. And because you invested in me early on, you get a 25% discount. Yeah, because you invested in me early on, whatever package you buy, I'm going to upgrade you to the next package because I mess with you, Yvette, because you messed with me first. Who are you willing to partner with while they're on their way up? You're on your way up. You guys can climb and claw together and help each other. And then you can cross promote each other's brands. Right? I bought Yvette's book and I don't even own a Kindle. I don't even own a Kindle. That don't matter. I bought her book because we're cross promoting. We're helping each other build. I promote her book because she invested in me. So I want to help her win. She wants to help me win. She's on my team. She bought my financial success membership. So she's in there learning. And come on, guys, who are you willing to partner with to help you grow your brand? If you're going to explode your brand, it's going to take some strategic partnerships. This is how that thing works. So that's good. I have videos from years ago that I never thought about putting out until I heard you say people make videos but never put them out. Yes, man, put that stuff out. Go into an editing software. All of my videos that I do for All Amateur Sports Network have, you see that little logo up there? That's the All Amateur Sports Network. Even my older videos, I'm going back to my older videos and I'm putting that watermark in the lower right corner. So even older videos, you can brand whatever your brand is today. Maybe you didn't have a brand back then when you were doing those videos, but now you can brand those videos up. Another thing you can do, bro, is take those videos, package them up, and turn them into a course. Right? Especially if they're training videos for basketball, turn them into a course. You know, create them or categorize them. So maybe you have 10 ball handling videos, maybe you have 10 layup drill videos, maybe you have 10 defensive videos. Then you create 3 or 4 packages around the categories that each video falls in. And then you say, I'm having a blowout special sale because I'm getting ready to produce a bunch of new content. So you get all 10 of these videos for $5.99. And then you get these for $5.99. I'm going to give you these free. Guys, this stuff is being done to us 24/7. And when I started the digital media network and I started birthing this idea, I started watching TV differently. I started listening to the radio differently. Now, what they call it is, you guys remember the movie The Matrix, right? And you guys remember, before Neo understood what the Matrix is, he could never see the Matrix. He was in the Matrix, but he could never see it and how it was happening to him. So before I got in the Matrix, I couldn't really see it. I just knew commercials come on and all this stuff. But now that I'm on the other side of the Matrix, I see the code. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. And I say, okay, Here's how they are using psychology in this ad. Here's how they're just using repetition in this ad. Here's how they're using the jingle in this ad. Here's how they're putting together this program to really reach our people. See, when you see, when you're on the other side of the matrix, you start to see the code. And if you're not building a brand for your business, you're not going to have business much longer. Right? These last 3 months have been dope because between you, Brian Covey, etc., it's good to connect with. Like, yeah, it really is, man. It really is. That's why I say every day, man, never be afraid to redraw your circle, guys. If your circle of influence right now is not about building a brand, is not about building wealth, it's not about creating a legacy, if your brand, if your circle of, if they're not about that life, you have to flip the 80-20, meaning don't spend 80% of your time with the people who would only have 20% of your mindset. You flip that. I spend 20% of my time with those people. I spend 80% of my time with people who got 80% of the mindset that I have right now. So I'm not giving my time. Of course, I got family and friends who work and who have no aspirations to doing great things. I don't cut them off as family and friends, but I'm so busy running with this circle over here. By default, I just don't have time for them. And when I do have time for them, we kick it, we kick back, we talk about old times, all of that. But that's about as far as it goes, right? So since I've been following you, your coaching, my business and tax advice had reached a larger audience. They are responding in a way greater than ever before. I am so closer to retirement. I appreciate that testimony, Yvette. So here's, now, I'm glad you did that, because here's another way to expose your brand. What do you guys think I'm going to do with that testimony right there? What do you guys think I'm going to do with that testimony right there? I'm going to blast it over all of my content, because that is a good testimony. Another way to explode your brand is to get those who've been getting value from you to give you testimonies. Now, Yvette, I'm going to need you to do me a favor. I'm going to need you to take that testimony and put it on video, because video testimonies are the best, right? Written testimonies are good. And then if somebody can just tell you something and you can use a quote of their testimony, that's good too. But the best is a video testimony. So Miss Yvette, if you don't mind doing a video testimony, that would be great. But I'm going to take that testimony, even if she does do a video testimony, I'm going to still take that one, copy and paste it, and I'm going to blast it all over the place. Say, hey, you want to get your brand in front of tens of thousands of people? Here's what one of my sponsors is saying about my coaching as far as how it relates to branding and marketing. Here's what it did for them. So another way to explode your brand is with testimonies. Get the people that you're serving, the people that you're blessing, and they're getting the results that you promised them. Say, I need you to do me a testimony. You mind sharing a video testimony saying what my business, what my brand has done for you, your business, you personally, or whatever. And if you can't get them to do a video testimony, can you email me what you just said? And can I use that in my marketing? Because this is a great testimony of how my branding has helped. You say, I'm planning a Facebook Live on Tuesday. Awesome, 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 Yvette. I'm telling you, Yvette wasn't doing Facebook Lives. She wasn't doing video, using video in our marketing. Now she's saying, you know what? This stuff works. And then she's got somebody who's teaching her how to do it, to leverage it better, right? Says, man, I love hearing testimonials like that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Most of my followers are watching, and I share my videos over and over. One of my video messages have over 10,000 views. Yep. That's how you explode your brand. So content, content, content. Now, if you're new, what I would tell you is this. If you're new, what I want you to say is, I want you to think about this. Some of you guys don't put out content because you're thinking that the quality has to be top flight. You have to be top flight. If you guys want to look at something funny, go on YouTube and Google Thornton Online Marketing, right? Thornton Online Marketing. When I first got into the industry, I was with a company who gave me a 90-day challenge and said, I want you to do a video every day for 90 days. I had never done a video. He says, just take your cell phone out, record your video, and then upload it to Facebook. Uploaded it to YouTube. So if you go and do that search, you'll go back to some of my early videos, and I couldn't say 2 words without saying 1,000 times. But the quality of the video wasn't great, but the volume of content that I was putting out was great. And people would literally say, man, you say a lot, but when I finally get through your message, you on point and you consistent. And because of that, I was able to get better. I was able to take that constructive criticism. Some people say, man, I can't listen to you. You say too much. And I said, bing, there's a tipping point. My mentor talks about tipping points all the time. There's a tipping point. If I can learn how to talk without saying so much, then I will get my message out there better. And see, some of you would say, what is this fool talking about? I say too much, and you be typing back and forth, and y'all have a finger war, right? You type a nasty message, he type a nasty message. I said, know what? Bam, there it goes. My message isn't getting through the way I want to because I keep saying So as I continue my 90-day challenge, if you start watching those videos, you'll start seeing my evolution. So saying, oh, okay, brother started getting better because somebody is giving him some constructive criticism. Somebody is holding him accountable. Somebody is talking to him, coaching and mentoring him on how to get better and better. And that's what happened. I just got better and better. I got more comfortable in front of the camera. It just got better and better. So if you're going to explode your brand, I would say early on, volume of content trumps quality of content. Volume of content trumps quality of content. And as you can see, as you continue to watch, you're going to watch my evolution because I got some microphones, I got some new lights, I got some other things. So the quality of the production is increasing, but I didn't let that stop me from doing something. When I had no quality of production, I was still producing. Some of you guys are sitting back saying, I ain't going to do anything until I get all the right lights, until I get all the right cameras, until I get all the right furniture so that I can get set the stage and get up. Man, bump that. Pull your cell phone out and say, this is me, this is my brand, this is this is the problem that I know you have. Here's how I can solve it. Inbox me, text me, call me, email me, go into my capture page or whatever. It's not that difficult, guys. It's not that difficult. It's only difficult when you get in your own way. All right, give you my 5-step video creation process really quickly. 5 steps to doing a good video, and it doesn't. Again, the quality of the video don't have to. Guys, I want to grab my phone and show you too. I got a 7-edge phone, Samsung phone, right? I just got it a couple months ago. Do you realize all of the video content I put out before a couple months ago was done on a what is it? An S3? Before, I think I got this phone in October or maybe late September. Before, so that's 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Before September, all of the content that you saw from me was done on a Galaxy S3. I didn't let the fact that I didn't have the latest and the greatest in cell phone technology stop me from being productive. Look at any video from September on back, and I was still doing videos every day, every other day. All of those YouTube videos, all of that stuff was done with a Galaxy S3. And some of you guys got the newest of the new iPhone and talking about, I need better quality before I can go on video, before I can start really putting out good quality content. Man, stop it. Those are just excuses. Those are just excuses. People watch to see you get better. People who care will help in some small or large way. Exactly right, Michelle. So here's what you do if you want to get into videos. You want to start doing videos to build your brand. It's 5 simple steps, guys. Every time I come on the video, the first thing I do is I introduce myself. That's step 1, introduction. Step 2 is tell them what you're going to tell them. Hey guys, it's your main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. In today's video, I'm going to discuss this. Today we're going to talk about exploding your brand, right? Introduce yourself, tell them what you're going to tell them. What's number 3? Then you tell them, right? So I introduce myself, I tell them what I'm going to tell them, I tell them, and then what's step 4? I tell them what I told them. So guys, as we wrap up, I just want to recap really quickly. We talked about exploding your brand. We talked about putting out a great amount of content. Quality is not that important right now. Just get the quantity up. We talked about collaborating with other people who are doing other things, and that's going to help you build your brand. And then the 5th step I do is give them a call to action. What do you want them to do next? What do you want them to do next? So if you like this kind of content, I want you to click on the link below so you can go over to my other video where I talk in depth about understanding your target audience and understanding your target medium. I did an 8-part series. You can get that by clicking on the link below. Did you guys get that? The 5 steps? Introduction. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them. Tell them what you told them, or in other words, recap. And then give them a call to action. What do you want them to do next? Click here, comment more info, inbox me, call me. People need to be told what to do. Remember what you're dealing with. For the most part, you're dealing with people with employee mentality. Employees don't move until their boss say so. So I can do a good video. If I don't tell them what to do next, they're going to sit there like confused. So you tell them what to do next. And anybody, I don't care what business you have, you can do a quick 2-minute video, run those 5 steps, and you're good. And what I would do sometimes is I would do 10 of those videos in one day and then put them out over time. Yeah, Michelle says also make videos in the community or at networking events so people see that you are not a social media only connection. Yes. Now that we have live stream, everywhere you go, you should be streaming live. And what that also does is it shows people that you're connected. Especially if you get a chance to speak from stage and all that kind of stuff, you need to be showing that stuff so people can see that you have some authority. This is how you explode your brand, guys. Volume. Tons of content out there. Collaborate. That's why I do interviews with other people, even when they're in the same lane that I'm in. Don't matter. Because when I do an interview with somebody, they're going to go and share that interview with their audience. And their audience get introduced to me, just like I'm introducing them to my audience. That's how cross promotion happens. That's why I'm about collaboration and not competition. Only person I compete with is the H Cortez from yesterday. If I can become better than that dude every day, I'm winning. If I can be better than H Cortez from yesterday, I'm winning. It's the only person I compete with, right? So if you're going to explode your brand, you have to put out volumes and volumes of content. Then you have to understand your target market, and you have to understand where they like to hang out. Understand your target market and understand where they like to hang out. I know my target market listens to Facebook live streams. That's why I go live all the time. I know my target market is on Facebook. That's why I built up a Facebook fan page so I can give them a way to access the content and see what I'm all about before they even reach out to me. I know my target market will go on YouTube and do a search on how to build wealth. So I've got a ton of videos out there on how to build wealth. So when they're searching for how to build wealth, yeah, they're going to find Kiyosaki. Yeah, they're going to find Dr. Dennis Kimbrough. Yeah, they're going to find Dr. Boyce Watkins, but they're also going to find H Cortez too. Right? So even though I don't compete with those guys, I know those guys are in the marketplace. So I have to watch what they're doing and seeing how they're getting so many views on their side. Okay, those are the tricks that work in this space. So let me mimic some of that stuff that they're doing. Appreciate that. Taria says she's checking me out for the first time. I appreciate that. So that's how you explode your brand. Right? And then when you understand where your target market, if you don't know who your target market is, then go to my archives and look at the 8-part series I did on how to make money online. I did a whole hour on how to identify your target market. Right? Once you identify that target market, then you have to understand where they are. Where is that target market? Are they on Facebook? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Pinterest? Are they on Twitter? Are they on Instagram? Because wherever they are, you need to be there too, so that you get your message in front of them over and over and over and over and over again. Again, if people aren't sick of seeing you, you're not doing enough. You're not doing enough. Think about all of those commercials that turn your stomach when they come on because you're so sick and tired of seeing them. That's where you have to get to with your branding. If people aren't sick of seeing you, you aren't doing enough. So once you identify where your target market is, now you figure out how to optimally get your message in front of them, right? So all of the stuff that you're putting out, it doesn't go to waste, guys. The internet is just like the world. Who's trying to dominate the world? The way you dominate the world is you own enough real estate, and then you build an army to first protect it, and then you feel that your army can then go out and take more territory. So what I'm doing is I put out so much content because I'm taking up internet real estate. When somebody starts doing a search on myEcon, how to build wealth, how to brand and market, I keep putting up more and more content, so they keep landing on my videos, and they say, man, I don't know who this guy is, but everywhere I turn, I see him. Let me check out what he's talking about. That's why I do 3 different things. I use Facebook, I use Twitter, not Twitter, I use Facebook, I use YouTube, and then I have a blog site. So I blog, I use Facebook, and I use YouTube as my main 3 ways to get in front of my target audience. Some people love videos. Some people will do a search or watch YouTube videos just as they pop up. I mean, Facebook videos as they pop up. Other people, the difference between Facebook and YouTube is on YouTube, you can do a search for what you're looking for. On Facebook, they can't really do a search and find videos. On YouTube, they can do a search. If they type in Talking Money in the Morning Live, obviously my show is going to come up. If they type in how they're going to build wealth, they're going to get a lot of stuff come up. Some of my stuff is going to come up. If they type in myEcon, yes, a lot of Brian Bean's videos come up. Some of the other leaders in myEcon are going to come up. But guess what? Some of my stuff is going to come up too. And they just might like me a little bit better. Right? You never know. So you got to put yourself in position to be found. Right? And then I do blogs because some people like to read more than they would listen to a video. So I write the same content that I talk about. So if I do this on how to explode your brand, I'm going to go and do a blog, take a clip out of this video, cut a little piece out, put the video in there, or use the video to say, hey, if you want to know more, click over to my blog to read this article I just did. And then the video would take them over to my blog where they can read how to explode their brand. I might do 5 steps to exploding your brand or something like that. And I give them 5 quick bullet points. And then I also embed the whole video in that blog too. So they can read it or they can watch the video. What are you doing to explode your brand? What kind of collaborative efforts are you putting together? Right? Who are you collaborating with that's going to help you get your brand and your message in front of more people? More people. Right? That's what it's all about. Says Cortez, because of your message, he's got me thinking about this, making a video for how to bake a simple cake. I'm about to talk to my sister about how to play the guitars. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, please, please. You can build a brand around anything, man. And people will connect with you. People want to partner with you. People want to know you. We're in the age of reality TV, man. People want to know the people behind the brands they support. They want to know the people behind the brands they support. Companies know this and have always known this for years. That's why they use celebrities to be the face of their brands. But now that reality TV is hit, you can become your own reality. And people will start following you. Man, what this brother teaching today? What are you talking about today? And that's why you guys get on, right? Let me check in this morning as I'm getting ready for work, see what Cortez is talking about this morning. So if you're going to explode your brand, you're going to have to put out a high volume of content in the beginning. As you're putting out the volume, start studying your own content and say, okay, how can I make the quality better? And when I say quality better, I'm not talking about getting better equipment. I'm not talking about getting better equipment. I'm just saying the quality better, the quality of the actual production. Maybe instead of one of the things about my quality, I started to use bullet points. I started to use lists, kind of keep me on task so I don't ramble on so long. So things of that nature. Maybe I made sure that instead of doing it under the shade tree, I got in some good lighting. So that's what I mean by quality. Don't mean I had to get some quality equipment or upgrade my equipment. I had to go buy some lights and backdrops and all that. I'm just saying, as you start looking at your videos, what little things can you do for free that's going to increase the quality of the video? Like lighting, like sound. Maybe instead of doing the video with no headphones, and get your earbuds in with a microphone and you plug those in, and maybe that gets your sound better, right? If you're recording on your cell phone, just having a sense enough not to do it on a windy day, because you might produce one of your best videos and all you hear is wind. So little things like that as you're doing your videos early on, as you're doing the volume, still put them out, but just say, okay, this video was jacked up because it was dark and it was windy. Nobody could see me or nobody can hear me. So I'm going to go back and do the same title again, but I'm going to do it under better conditions. If you have a business and nobody knows what your business is about and nobody knows why you're in that business, then you don't have a brand. And if you do not have a brand, you will not have a business for long. Think about some of the greatest companies out there, guys. You know exactly what their brand is and you know why it is. Walmart. We know Walmart don't have the best quality of stuff, but what do we know? Also know? We also know that they have everyday low prices, because that's what their brand is. Their brand is to have to outcompete anybody on price, and they are so good at it that they're literally about to kill their brand if they're not careful, because of the way they're treating their employees to keep prices down, right? You know, McDonald's, the pinnacle of fast food. So what is their brand? What are they doing? They want to make sure you can get in and out of the drive-through in 4 minutes or less or something like that, because they're the king of fast food, right? They started this whole fast food deal. So they want to make sure that their system is so cold-blooded that you can get in there and get your burgers and dry fries and shakes, and it don't take you all day. So you can go to McDonald's on your lunch break. I've done this. Even when the line is extremely long, people don't get out the line at McDonald's, do they? Because they know it's that even though the line is long, the line is going to move relatively quickly, right? So McDonald's is everywhere, and I'm trying to be too. That's what their brand was all about. That's what their brand was all about. So what is your brand about? When it comes to networking, who knows you and what do they know about you? Who knows you and what do they know about you? See, if a lot of people know you, but they don't know nothing about you, that's not good. But if a lot of people, if a few people know you and they know what you're about and they know what you do, that's better. Why? Because every time an opportunity comes up, so for me, every time somebody asks me, do you know somebody do taxes? Yep, Yvette D. Best. Best Services Unlimited. I know Yvette and I know something about her. But if they don't know anything about you, they'll never be able to refer anybody to you. So you have to make sure that people know you and that they know everything about you. So that's why if you ever get with, I get a chance to see any George Frazier's video from FrazierNet, the Power Networking Conference. He talks about your elevator pitch. He talks about your elevator pitch. What can you tell somebody about who you are, what you do, and quantify it in less than 20 seconds? You guys want to hear an elevator pitch? Because it's not about who knows you, it's about what they know about you. Right? FrazierNet. It's not about who knows you, it's what they know about you. Hey, my name is H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. I teach people how to use the tax code to build wealth, primarily by starting a home-based business that will allow them to minimize their taxes, eliminate their debt, free up the cash they need to invest. Over the last 2 years, I helped over 200 families increase their cash flow by $200 to $400 on average, and I'm looking to help another 1,000 in 2017. What's your name? What do you do? Was that 20 seconds or less? Can you sum up what you do, how you do it, how effective you've done it? That's why you quantify it in 20 seconds or less. Can you tell somebody who you are, what you do, and how good you are at it in 20 seconds or less? If you can't, practice. My mentor is always saying, practice, drill, and rehearse. PDR, 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 practice, drill, rehearse, practice, drill, rehearse, practice, drill, rehearse. A good way to practice is every time you get in your car, turn the radio off. Turn the radio off. Because if you don't turn the radio off, you don't get to think for yourself. Because every time you start thinking about something, your jam comes on. Every time you start thinking about something, that commercial you don't like comes on, and then you start thinking about that. But if I'm in the quietness of my car with no radio on, now I'm forced to deal with my own thoughts. And I know that's scary for some people. You ever know those people who can never be by themselves? Because they don't want to be in their own thoughts. They don't want to hear the voice of God. So that's why they always got something playing. They're always around a crowd of people. They're always doing something, trying to stay busy. Right? So that's what that thing is all about. Any questions before we get out of here? Because we are approaching 1 hour. I didn't start too close to 7:30 this morning. Again, I apologize for oversleeping. But that's, you know, that's what we're doing, and that's what we're all about, man. So if you're not networking with people who are on their way up, start. And the way you start networking with people is you have to be genuinely concerned with wanting to help them build. This is the best way to network with somebody. You have to be genuinely concerned with wanting to help them build first. Now, I know I'm talking about collaboration, but nobody's collaborating with you if you are going to them saying, hey, what can you offer me so I can exchange something back? That's not how that's not how it works. When Ray J had me on their show, I was so appreciative of them giving me the opportunity to be on their radio show. I said, Ray, I want to have a meeting with you guys because I want to help you monetize what you're doing. I want to help you monetize what you're doing. You guys are doing some great work, but if you're not making any money off this work, it's not because what you're doing is not valuable. I think you might need to become aware of a few things. I was genuinely concerned with helping them build. And because of that, now she's saying, okay, how can we help you build? And that's where the collaborative work comes from. It didn't come from me saying, I can help you do this if you can help me do that. Nope, whether she can help me do this or not. I want to help you guys build. You guys are doing something great. You could be owning your own content, and you could be monetizing this content over and over and over again. Let's have a meeting. Let me at least tell you how I can help you and kind of lay some groundwork for you guys to help you start monetizing what you're doing, because you're doing something great. That's how you begin a collaboration. That's how you start collaborating with people. It's not what can they do for me, and then because they can do this for me, I will do this for them. No, I'm looking for people who are on their way up that we can build with and we can build together. So as I'm building my empire, I'm helping them build their empire. And who knows, my empire might stumble, but their empire is up. But they remember that I helped lay the foundation in their empire, and they're going to pick me up and say, hey, bro, what's going on? How can we help? And you build those kind of relationships. Another way to explode your brand. You build those kind of relationships with others who are on their way up. Am I saying that I would not take a meeting with McDonald's or somebody or Walmart who's already up, and if they could find a way that I can help them and they can pay me or whatever? I'm not saying that. I'm saying chances are that meeting won't happen, right? But I can have all these little meetings and these little conferences and these little back smoke-filled room meetings with people who are also on their way up. Give you a good example, man. Have you ever seen any documentaries on any comedians? Right? Documentaries on comedians. And it's funny, but all of them know each other. So for instance, in Adam Sandler's circle, Kevin James was one of the last to blow up. Right? In Adam Sandler's circle, Kevin James was one of the last to blow up. You guys know Kevin James from King of Queens. He did Paul Blart, the Mall Cop and stuff. Well, he was back with Adam Sandler when Adam Sandler was on Saturday Night Live. And all of these guys have been running together. But he was one of the last to blow up. But all along the way, he was helping Adam Sandler write jokes, write for some of the movies and all that kind of stuff behind the scenes, because they looked out for each other, because they started in the game together. So what I'm saying is, you have the opportunity to, when I have my $1 billion empire, guess what? There's going to be some other $1 billion empires, and they're going to be saying, man, wait a minute. You mean to tell me this big family empire came out of St. Louis? Yep. Financial Health Mentor empire came out of St. Louis? Yep. Live with Dallas and Ray J came out of St. Louis? Yep. And all of these guys got a common thread, that they all started running with each other at about the same time? Yep. It's how it works. It's how it works. So yeah, those comedy documentaries, you would go back to see all of those connections. You know, Kevin Hart is good about talking about all of the people who helped him get to where he was, but those same people also helped Eddie Murphy, also helped Chris Rock, also helped. So all this stuff is just so funny that don't look past the people who are grinding and on ground level with you as people to connect with, while you're trying to connect with heavy hitters. Because sometimes it's the people who grassroots level, those people are grinding the hardest, and they just need one little bit of input, and they're going to skyrocket. And guess what? If that one put of input comes from you and they skyrocket, they'll never forget that. They'll never forget that. So that's why I love to making collaborations with people who are humbled, First of all, because there's some people on ground level who are thinking they're up here when they're still on ground level, right? But they're humble people, grinding like me, grinding, and how we can work together, and how we can build, and how we can explode, and how we can grow together. That's how you can build and explode your brand too. Consistent content production. Yeah, man, I don't care if you tweet, man, tweet 10 times a day, tweet. I don't care if you Instagram, you better be uploading 10, 20 pictures a day on Instagram, right? Because that's what the top people on Instagram are doing. I don't care if it's Snapchat, you better be snapping and chatting your butt away about your brand. If you're doing Facebook, get you a Facebook fan page and start building that fan page. Nobody wants to see your business on your personal profile page. They want to get all in your business on your personal profile page, right? They don't want to learn about your business. They want to get all in your business. So they want to see pictures of the kids. They want to see you post those posts where you're struggling. They want to see you post those posts when you break up with your boyfriend and get back with your boyfriend and all that kind of stuff. That's your personal pro. So build you a fan page so that you can get people who are interested in your business. You can sort those two. And then those people who continue to come post on your fan page and come check you out on your fan page, you start asking them, hey, what do you do? One of my favorite questions, and some of you guys may have seen this question, you comment on something I do, and I will come back and say, hey, thanks for tuning in. Have you checked out my financial success blueprint yet? Hey, thanks for tuning in. Are you a fellow entrepreneur yet? Because I want to know what everybody does. Because if I need something, then I want to know who to go to. Proper networking is my challenge. Thank you for the insight. Yeah, and it takes practice. It takes practice. But guess what? You're about to get about 10 days worth of practice right now as we going closer into Christmas. Man, go to everybody's, all right, baby. Go to everybody's Christmas holiday party and practice that. One thing that I would do is when I went to networking parties, I would say, I'm not leaving here unless I get X amount of phone numbers, X amount of business cards. Hey, I'm H Cortez, financial health mentor. What do you do? Cool. They tell me what they do. Hey, you got a card on you? I grab that card, and then instinctively, what are they going to ask me? What do you do? Hey, I'm a financial health mentor. I teach people how to use a tax code to build wealth. I teach three main things. I teach them how to minimize taxes, eliminate debt, free up the cash they need to start investing. Then I provide investment education so they can grow a strong retirement portfolio. Over the last 2 years, I helped over 200 families increase their cash from $200 to $400 per month using these strategies. Hit them with the elevator pitch. They say, wow, okay, let's connect. Give them my card, give me their card. I say, I'm gonna do this X amount of times, depending on the size of the event. I usually set the number really high, because if I set it really high and I start trying to hit that number and I set it at 100 and I land at 25, I got 25 new connections. But if I set it at 10 and I land at 2, that might not be enough. So that's it, guys. If you guys don't have any questions, I'm going to get out of here. I've got a lot of content I got to re-syndicate and get ready for these basketball games that I'm going to start covering next week. Finish my marketing packages for those who have already bought sponsorship packages. Just remember, guys, if you need tax advice, tax prep help, maximizing your tax refund, 35 surefire ways to get more from your refund, is a book by Yvette D. Best from Best Services Unlimited. You can check her out at bsullc.us. Any questions before we go? Congrats on the sponsors. Thank you. Thank you. I've got about 4 of them now, Ray, and a couple commits from a few others. So yes, appreciate that. Appreciate that. So I'm grinding it out, man. Grinding it out. Any more questions? Is that one? As you got one question? Repeat her name. Yvette Best. Best Services Unlimited. I think on Facebook her name is actually Yvette Armstrong. Is there such a thing as doing too much? Such a thing as doing too much if you don't have proper business work-life balance? Yes. Doing too much as in putting out too much marketing content? No. No. But yeah, I know a little bit about too much and poor work-life balance because my wife is on me all the time. All I do is work. All I do is work, 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 work. And she said, man, you don't even see me. You ain't seen me in a while. And that's my cue to say, you know what, I need to take a day off. Well, not really a day off, a few hours off. I rarely take days off, but I could take hours off, and me and my wife can go have walk around the mall and hold hands, and I can see her. Right? Sometimes you have to have good, proper work-life home balance. I'm a real estate agent and studying the financial wealth coach thing. Okay, so yeah, there she is, Yvette Armstrong. So BSU LLC is the Facebook fan page. I thought it was Armstrong and not Best. You want to look her up on Facebook. What was I gonna say? Which do I push in the elevator? So what are you trying to grow? I would push that thing that, so if you're a real estate agent, then that's what you do. But if you haven't built a brand as an agent and all you do is sell homes, then you need to start crafting your brand so that you will have an elevator pitch. Hey, I'm a real estate agent in this area. You know, in the last, I'm a real estate agent in this area. I focus on this, that, and the other. The last 12 months, I've sold this many homes. I put this many houses on the market. This next year, I'm looking to put this many more houses on the market. Hey, what do? You got a car. Or if you're looking at, you know, the financial wealth coaching, if you don't already have our financial success membership, then you can get that membership for just $5. And then you get access to our branding and marketing, our Beast Mode Branding and Marketing Academy, where we can teach you how to craft your brand and how to get a lot of that stuff in place. So whoever invited you to the stream, if they're on the team, get with them and you can get signed up for $5. If nobody invited you and you want to get on the team, then you can partner with me for $5, and I'll teach you how to craft that brand. And if you want to be a wealth strategist, then we can show you how to do that. How you want to build a brand in the financial education space, we can show you how to do that. No problem whatsoever. JoinCortezNow.com is how you get into that program for $5. $5. But yeah, if you were a coach or you were coaching people on real estate, or if you're just coaching people on how to build wealth, then it would be similar. You just talk about what you do, how you do it, and how you're helping people, and then give some numbers, quantify it, right? So, and I'll tell you how you can quantify it differently so it's effective. Last 2 years, 200 people, that's a good quantifiable number. But if I had not helped over 200 people, and maybe I only helped 2 people this week, and I say every week I'm helping 2 people increase their cash. So I just condense the time, and because the number is smaller, because you still want to try to be somewhat impressive in what you do. That those numbers, that you want to try to make the numbers so that the people you're quantifying that to should be impressed. Helping get financing to buy a home. Yep. I help people get financing to buy a home. I'm an expert. What is your expertise? You know, I'm an expert at showing homes. I'm an expert at getting homes listed. I'm an expert at helping people get financing. Right. I'm an expert at helping people sell their home in a tough market. You know, maybe that's your thing as an agent. So it's just kind of, you're looking at what things that you're good at, things that you want to highlight that you do well. Any more questions? Let's do, it's 8:36. Let's go to 8:40. Then I've got some work to do myself so I can explode my brand a little further today. This just came to me, a play on your last name. Feeling lackluster in your life, recoup with Cooper and let your life shine. See? This is what happened when you collaborate with folks and not compete against folks. You can get this kind of effort, this kind of help, this kind of feedback that can help you. Good deal, Ray. Good deal. Any more questions? We got 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. All right, guys, as always, man, I love you. Thank you for tuning in. If you got questions after the fact, you can still put them in the stream. I go back through my stream and I comment on almost everything you guys post. I at least like everything. But if I haven't answered your question on the stream and I see a question, I will answer that question in the actual chat or the message box. So do that. I'm your main man, H Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. You've been listening to and learning from all of us about exploding your brand in 2017. If you guys want to partner with me, get me as a coach, mentor, wealth strategist for $5. You can go to joincorteznow.com. I'm allowing people to join my team for just $4.95. And then it's $34.95 per month to maintain that membership. If you like what you learned in the first month, then obviously you'll want to stick around. And it's $34.95 a month to stick around. So with that, I'm out of here, guys. I want you all to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.